Today we're going to talk about a TikToker named BABYSTORME who went to deposit a $30,000 check that was issued to her by her father at a local Citibank. Now, the reason why I feel essentially obligated to talk about this, not only because I'm a Black financial influencer, but because I was also a previous banker before losing my job due to the pandemic. And I do know a thing or two about having to approve teletransactions and how that process goes. So I want to talk to you guys about that, but first let's watch the video, and then after we watch the video, I'm gonna go in detail about what I feel both parties could have done differently to make this transaction go smoothly.
So tell me why I literally never experience what I just experienced. I'm not the kind of person to come on here crying, but f*** Citibank, because my dad sent me a check to pay off my rent for the next year, and that's it. And I go into Citibank to cash the check so I could pay my rent, and they confiscate my check and refuse to give it back, and they say, hey, we can't cash this. I said, why can't you cash it? They say, because we can't verify the check. I said, so what are you saying? They're like, we can't verify the check. I said, okay, so do you want to call my dad? He sent me the check from New York. If you want, I can, he can give you his bank routing number. She's like, no, we can't verify this check. I can't cash this check, and I'm confiscating the check. I said, why are you confiscating my check? If you're not going to cash my check, okay, then let me go to somewhere else that can cash my check, right? She's like, because I have to confiscate the check. I said, so what are you saying? Like, are you saying the check is fraudulent? Because it's not. Okay, and then I said, do you confiscate everyone's checks who comes in here that you can't verify? She's like, no. I said, okay, so then why are you confiscating mine?
Okay, so from the video, you can definitely tell sis is hurt, she's upset, she feels kind of embarrassed, because to take that amount of money into the bank, you're expecting, I do business with them, I've been banking with you all for a while, I should have no issues depositing this check. However, she received everything opposite. As a previous banker, you guys, I was not only responsible for what I did at my desk, but also doing teller overrides when it came to deposits, especially with the deposits that are over a certain amount. So in my experience, anytime we had any questionable regards to a check, what we would do is put a 7-day hold on the check. That would give us time to verify the check before releasing the funds to the customer. Now, I did read through Citibank's policy when it comes to deposits, and this is what I found. Any deposit that is over $5,525 can be put on a 7-day hold, and the funds will be released over a 4-day process. The banker or the teller at Citibank could have did this process and released those funds off of a drip-based system according to their policy. Instead, they chose violence, apparently, in this situation, and now it is resulting in BABYSTORME suing and taking legal action against them. Now, I did some digging between Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and was just reading what you all were saying about her appearance and her demeanor while she was in the branch, or about what she was saying. And given the video, you can assume that she was probably using profanity inside of the branch as well. Now, if that's the case, I can definitely understand them then at that point denying her service and asking her to leave. It's a professional place. Using profanity is definitely not allowed, which at that point, I definitely understand the teller and potentially the banker and management asking her to leave at that point. But any other reason outside of that, they should not have escalated to the point that it escalated. They could have simply, again, done the 7-day hold on the check, verified it, released her funds accordingly, and all of this could have been squashed without reaching the level it has reached. Now, I can say this, because of, seeing everything that happens and that piece of content going viral, was able to look up her YouTube and her TikTok, and so by default, she's kind of benefiting off of everything that's going on already. And so with this lawsuit, hopefully she comes out a winner on the other end, because at the end of the day, they didn't act professional. They didn't treat her fairly, and she does deserve whatever compensation that she's going after. But as far as her appearance is concerned, that should have nothing to do with the type of service that she receives. I don't care if she was pierced and tattooed from head to toe, had on every single color in the rainbow. That gives gives no one the right to treat someone differently based off of how they appear, whether it had been the color of her skin or the tattoos or the piercings and all of that. So I definitely think that none of that was fair. It shouldn't have even been brought up inside any of the comments, because at the end of the day, she is a customer of that bank. She was doing what people do when they have checks. They go to the bank and they deposit them. If she tried to deposit that amount through a mobile deposit, she would have ran into more issues. So she did the right thing by physically going into the branch, because what I did read about their mobile deposits is I don't think you can deposit anything through the mobile app over $5,500 if I'm not mistaken. So she did the right thing. She had a check from her father. She wanted to go deposit into the bank. So she said she could take care of her rent and ran into 9,999 more problems than what she expected, and can potentially run into 9,999,000 more opportunities to make money, given everything that's going on. Obviously, not only has she gotten a lot more attention to her brand, I mean, I found her on YouTube and TikTok after this, but she's also pursuing legal actions based off of their unprofessionalism and what she's stating as racial profiling. Can I say it's racial profiling? In all fairness, I can't. But I can say that based off of the things that I have been reading, not only between her situation and the things that Citibank has done in the past, I would not be surprised. And this isn't Citibank's first run-in with racial issues. I actually did some digging, and outside of this particular situation, Citibank has been running into problems since 2018, where they were dealing with unfair lending practices with mortgages based off of their race. Now, they did make a commitment to say we're really focused on equality and we're going to move forward with that. And so I want you guys to tell me, do you feel as though she should pursue the lawsuit? Do you feel as though Citibank was in the wrong? Do you think she was in the wrong? What are your thoughts? I'm going simply based off of my experience as a banker and what I feel was the correct protocol. And let me know if you enjoy this type of content, because I definitely found it interesting. I was reading article after article about it. So what are y'all's thoughts on this? Put your comments below in the chat. Do you think it was racial profiling? Do you think it was based off of her overall appearance? Sounds like another bank that we know, but we can talk about that another day.